Kanye West stopped by TMZ and he said a number of controversial things. One of them is that slavery, he says, quote, is a choice. We have a video from TMZ. Let's take a look right now.
You hear about slavery for 400 years. For 400 years, that sounds like a choice. Like, you was there for 400 years and it's all of y'all? You know, like, it's like we're mentally in prison. I like the word prison because slavery goes too direct to the idea of blacks. It's like slavery, Holocaust Jews, slavery is blacks. So prison is something that unites us as one race, blacks and whites being one race. That we're the human race.
Okay, so before I toss over to the panel, I want to apply a little bit more context because that was just Kanye West's quote. He then sort of turns it over to the newsroom at TMZ, and Van Lathan, who's a writer at TMZ, responded, and this is what he said. He says, "You're entitled to believe whatever you want, but there is fact and real world, real life consequence behind everything you just said. And while you are making music and being an artist and living the life that you've earned by being a genius, the rest of us in society have to deal with these threats to our lives. You have to deal with the marginalization that has come from the 400 years of slavery that you said for our people was a choice," ending by saying that he was disappointed, appalled, and unbelievably hurt by the fact that you have morphed into something that to me is not real. So really powerful words. This is going absolutely viral right now. What was the response when you guys saw this? I know this was sort of a breaking story that we got just before we went to tape. What did you think?
I think Kanye's really trying to sell an album. And I think that this is a social experiment, I hope, and he's trying to see if he can go as far as he can go and still get people to buy his albums and show people that he owns it. Like I said last time, and I got really angry about it, and then I started thinking and reflecting, and I'm like, why is Kanye West, does he matter in my everyday? And he doesn't. And he doesn't matter in the lives of all of the people who have to go to work and all of the people who are suffering the effects of the systemic oppression that has been in place for hundreds of years, which is not a figment of anybody's imagination. And it wasn't a decision or a choice. It seems to me like it is Kanye's choice to be mentally imprisoned right now with this ideology that he's trying to drop on the young minds who are impressionable and listening to him. But as far as being disappointed, I mean, we really hold him to a high standard and really keep giving him a mic. And I just think that they need to cut Kanye's microphone off because, like I said last time, when Kanye tweeted a picture of his home and tweeted about his Tesla, he is completely disconnected from the struggle that every single person on the planet who is working to live another day, he is basking in his wealth and in his privilege, and he is completely disconnected to the everyday experience of those of us who have to go to work and really live in reality.
So, Maytha, do you think that Van Lathan's words really woke him up? Because it seemed like in that moment how incredibly bold that must have been to just stand up in this workroom and address Kanye West.
I was incredibly moved by Van Lathan's statements because he was in a workspace and he took it upon himself to intervene in this moment when the rest of the TMZ team was just listening to him without rebuke. And so I really wanted to see the interaction after Kanye came up to him and apologized, but apologized and then what? Apologized that he felt hurt and that was it. And I think I couldn't agree with you more. I think this is a product also of our education system. We focus and emphasize more on opinions over curious questions. I mean, what is he tweeting about in terms of history? 400 years, he's erasing all the slave rebellions, he's erasing all the Nat Turners, he's erasing all the Harriet Tubmans, he's erasing the white abolitionists that fought against slavery like John Brown and sacrificed their lives. And then the period afterwards that some historians call slavery by another name, the convict leasing system, the rise of the prison industrial complex, the way that this encoded in our laws and how Jim Crow rises up as well. So this man is just literally speaking from the hip and we are listening to him. And I think that's absolutely the issue is when are we gonna say, I don't want to give you the mic. If folks can give him the mic, and I know we're talking about him too, but it's because his statements are so irresponsible, they do have consequences, and the right wing, the alt-right, is going to use it as fodder. And it's going to be such a devastating blow just for promotion.
You know, he's so big on free thought. It's been sort of his main narrative that he's pushing right now. You can't stifle my free thought. This is just, free thinking. I love people who think freely. But you have to recognize that this free thought is being used as basically just a pawn for a side that would serve to just further marginalize these communities. And I don't understand how he's not seeing that and how he's not being manipulated. And how when you see Donald Trump calling Kanye West out at a rally, as this, he is the spokesman for whatever cause, how he's being a puppet.
I would hope he mentioned blacks and Latinos, but it's also it's contradictory. It's conflicting. When he was trying to do his clothing line, he was talking about how racism. Remember, he was sitting with Sway.
He was marginalized.
Yeah. So it's just when it's convenient. It's wherever the wind goes, and everybody keeps falling for it. Yeah. He just talked about racism today. Mm-hmm. He was talking about racism. Racism is a result of slavery, right? So then, if slavery doesn't exist, why does racism exist when it pertains to you, but not everybody else?
Yeah, well,
2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below. Then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.